Hi, it's David Salmon and I'm back again, cycling across Europe. This is part 3, my final leg of cycling across Europe, and it's travelling through Germany, Austria, Slovakia and Hungary. Here I am starting off in Passau in Germany, and as you're aware from the last video, number 2, this is where I stopped off at one of the hotels. As you can see, the streets are extremely old and great to walk through there, look at the abbey, look at all the various architecture around there. This is my hotel. No, that's not my bedroom sticking out at the end there, but it was my hotel which overlooked the river. There's the Danube from the hotel. At this point I thought, well, hang on there, how can I see the Danube in a better light? So I thought, well, okay, let's look at sailing down the Danube. And lots of cyclists, fellow companions, also thought it was a good idea as well. So here we are sailing down the Danube. That way we were able to see both sides of the bank. We could see the other cyclists, we could see the houses on the side of the river, all the commercial craft going up and down the river, huge barges carrying lots of goods, etc. There's the river in front of us there, and as we're coming along the Danube, we can see lots of cyclists cycling along the banks of the Danube and getting off at various stops along the way to get off the boat, get back on the boat, do a bit of cycling, etc. Here we are going into one of the commercial locks. Quite a large commercial lock there. And then arriving in Linz. It's quite a large town. In fact, you need a little train to take you around the town, and I managed to find a campsite on the other side of the Danube. It was just around here, and there's the bike, still in good order, still working its way around Europe. 2 panniers, tent on the back. There's the Radway sign. That's the only sign you're going to need travelling through Europe. And then into Vienna, and cycling through some of the parks there, then into the city centre, lots of different transport in the centre there, ways of getting you around to see the sights. There's a cathedral. And then we come across the famous fairground, which is one of the oldest theme parks in Europe. Large Ferris wheel. Makes the London Eye look a bit more modern, doesn't it? And then we come along to this next one. Now, let's have a quick look at this one. What do you think that looks like? That was the inspiration for Walt Disney and his logo on his films, apparently. Then it's a quick jaunt into Slovakia, arriving in Bratislava, and going around the old city there with all the cafes, and looking at all the architecture in the town square. And after a quick lunch in Bratislava, in this street, in one of the cafes on the right, it was then moving on into Hungary. Now, Hungary arrived extremely late in the evening, but at around about midnight I managed to find this hostel here and stayed there for a few nights. As you can see, very old architecture here, a very grand building. This is a view from my bedroom, and this is a view from the courtyard as you walked in. And then touring around Budapest, this is Heroes Square, all the famous statues. And then you've got the bridges across the Danube there. There's quite an old iron bridge there. Lots of bridges to and from. Don't forget, Budapest is two cities. It's Buda on one side and Pest on the other side. And then looking around the local market, lots of traditional delicacies there, all quite expensive. And here I am now getting ready to go home. Now, dare I say it, in Hungary my Hungarian was not at its best, so it wasn't easy getting boxes and tape, but here I am, they're all taped up, ready to go to the airport. And this is the end of my 3-part European cycling adventure. Now, for more great cycling rides, all you've got to do is go to my website, thecyclinggrandad.com, for more inspiration of